This is my boomstick. Actually, I'm testing. I shot it maybe 5 times. No problems. And so I'm going to try the Sony, see if it works. I'm going to try this thing. Maybe this will be the last time this camera works. But let's see here. Maybe I should get a little bit of the, yeah, get the muzzle in there. Make sure deuce isn't in the way. Okay, here we go. And it works. Good for me. Yeah. Come on. Well, here's the boomstick setup, which I'm not going to use. It did work. My intent was to have some all thread here and have an adjustment here that works like a clutch. You can set it to what tension you want, and then when you shoot, not only will you get some flex out of this all thread, but it will pivot forward slightly too to absorb that pressure from the shot. Down here, I use a lot of wing nuts so that you can do it without using a tool. You just screw this on. You have to use 1/4 screw it on, then you tighten it. I have a washer and a lock nut. Then when I'm done, take the camera off. Oh, okay. And then you spin off really easy. Normally I'd have these 1/4 here, I'd have these tight, but I really don't need to. And then I just put this washer on, lock nut, wing nut, spin it on, tighten it, and then it's all set, ready to go. But I'm not going to use this because I just bought a GoPro with a head mount, and so I'll just put the GoPro on my forehead, and I won't even have to mess with this at all. But this is something I was working on before I ordered that camera. I didn't know I was going to get that camera. And to make these, I use these electrical parts. Well, when I was an electrician, we would hang conduit, EMT, and we would use these mounts here, we call them minis, right here, to strap the pipe to an anchor. And so there's a hole right here, right there. But if you needed to, you could drill a hole here or on the other side, wherever you want to direct your all thread. I bought a bunch of straight all thread, and I bent my own all thread to how I wanted to do it. This I wanted the camera further out from the barrel so that I wasn't seeing the camera when I was shooting at a quail. So, and I just use a 20 gauge with the lightest shotgun shells, number 8, because these are just small little birds. And so I'm going to start doing that. Be something new for me. Okay, the mounts. Again, I use these minis right here, 1/2-inch minis. I had an old tripod that I bought at a garage sale quite a while ago for $5. And I took it apart, and I have each leg here, on each side here, they extend, so I could bring it out. You know, where's my, and I don't care if I mar them up a little bit, they're just old, just an old set. Yeah, let's open this up a little bit more. And in my toolbox I keep pliers, a 7/16 wrench, and that's about it. Other than that, everything's done with a wing nut. Wing nut here. And then the one that was on here, I used for this camera on the shotgun because I didn't have enough of them. I have to go out and buy some more. But yeah, see, I can put the camera right here. Just screw it on. Just screw it on. It'd be like this. Then I could come out. Right now I'm about 3 feet out from center, maybe, of the bike. Not quite 3 feet. That's how far out that mount goes. So when you tighten these up, this isn't junk. This stuff was made in USA probably the end of the 40s, early 50s. That's how old this is. And so when I get a camera on here, I could point it that way or this way. I can go in and out well over 3 feet, more like 4 feet from the center of the bike. Yeah, that's closer to 4 feet. Then, like I said, I'll have a wing nut here, and also I can loosen this wing nut, and I can pivot this any way I want. Pivot the camera any way I want. And in and out quite a ways. Now, if you look at these minis, I put wing nuts on these too. And then I'll show you what I do. Oops, lost a wing nut there. This. And then I just pull this off. And then I put it on these two. And then I put the same hardware on these two. And then I can go up, like way up, or I can flip this around. And I could go down low. So that's how that works for me. And then again, I can pivot the camera too. And then another one, this one I have not tried yet. I just put this one on. And again, I put a mini on here, but this tube, metal tube here, is the radius is smaller than what this mini is designed for. So what you do is I had some sheet metal and I cut it and I put it in there and I used it for a shim, and that's on there rock solid now. And then when I get my GoPro, I'll put it right here, and I can move it this any way I want, and I'll be able to aim the camera any way I want. And I could adjust this if the angle's like too low. I could just bend this up. So I have the option of doing that too. So that's another mount that I'm gonna experiment with. I think this one's gonna work. So moving on. On my Triumph, I put much the same kind of mount on my Triumph than I have on my KLR. I can take this off and I can flip it around. This spins too, so you got this option too. And then you can pivot this way, and then you can pivot the camera. So it gives you a lot of options. This is my boomstick.